the eye of the beholder. What's going on in Utah is a very different story, because Utah is sort of seen as a safe Republican bastion. It was one of Mitt Romney's biggest wins. And take a look at what's going on there. Donald Trump still leads. This is an average, a real clear politics average of polls taken. He has about a 6-point lead. But it's over a third-party candidate, an independent presidential candidate, Evan McMullin, who joins us right now. Evan, good to have you back.
Great to be with you, Neil.
I'll go crass political brass tacks with you. This latest development with Hillary Clinton and the continuing investigation, who does it help more in Utah? The consensus seems to be it hurts her, so by extension it helps Mr. Trump. What do you think?
Well, I don't think it's so clear that it helps Donald Trump. I think that actually I have a better chance of picking up some of Hillary Clinton's voters here in Utah and across the country, and we're going to be fighting for those votes. Hillary Clinton is a deeply corrupt politician. We knew that already.
So you're saying that your presence on the ticket draws more votes from Hillary Clinton than Donald Trump?
No, I'm not saying that. We're drawing votes from Donald Trump, and I think he's painfully aware of that, and that's why he sent Mike Pence out to Utah recently to help get these votes back. I don't think they're going to come back. But look, people know that Hillary Clinton is a corrupt politician, as is Donald Trump. They're looking for something better, too. Our message is a message of liberty and equality. And guess what, Neil? The beautiful thing about those conservative foundational principles is that they appeal to all Americans. And although most of our support comes from conservatives, we also have people who say that they used to support Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton, and now they're coming on board with us. And we haven't changed a thing. This is just good old-fashioned conservatism.
All right. Well, obviously, you've heard and raised enough concerns among the Trump-Pence ticket that Governor Pence himself visited your fine state to let people know, I think, that a vote for you would be a wasted vote. I want you to react to this.
Well,
a vote for any candidate other than Donald Trump, bottom line, is a vote to make Hillary Clinton the 45th president of the United States.
So I think what he's saying is vote for that Evan guy, nice as he is, which he didn't say. But
thanks, though, Neil.
It's just a waste. What do you say?
Yeah, well, it's just not the case. The Republicans and the Democrats don't have any claim on our votes. They both want to say that if you don't vote for one of us, well, then you're wasting your vote. Of course, that benefits them. But if they're going to continue to put up flawed, corrupt candidates like Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, are they always going to demand that they have a right to our vote, or that a vote in any other direction is a waste? If we want to continue to have...
What were you prior to this? I mean, you were a Republican, I assume, before all this?
Yeah, I worked in the Republican establishment. I was the chief policy director.
So it was only, much like people like Mitt Romney, it was only his presence, Donald Trump's presence, that made you leave the Republican nominee and the Republican Party? Because Mitt Romney just doesn't like Donald Trump.
Look, there are problems that existed within the Republican Party before Donald Trump. He came in and took advantage of them. I objected to them before Donald Trump, though they weren't fixed because we didn't have leaders who would stand up for equality and liberty in the Republican Party. And as a result, we got Donald Trump as the nominee. And as a constitutional conservative who believes in limited government and who believes that all men and women are created equal and in the cause of liberty, I simply cannot be on board with a populist white nationalist movement, which is Trumpism. That just isn't something that I and my supporters can be a part of.
But if you had your druthers, I mean, you've got an uphill battle. I think it's safe to say, and I don't want to be jaded here, you're not going to be president. But you could turn this race, certainly in Utah.
Yeah.
So if you had your choice between those two, Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, who would it be?
Again, Neil, we do not have to continually make this choice. If we're going to frame it that
we do. You're on ballots in 11 states. I mean, you're very good at math, and you've gotten very rich getting good at math. So I assume you've been looking at that math, right?
Well, look, but if you're going to do the math, Neil, let's use the right numbers. That's always critical. And we're registered as a write-in, or we appear on the ballots in 43 states, the vast majority of Americans.
But again, 32 of those states, you're registered as a write-in. You're right. But again, on the ballot where they could see Evan McMullin 11 states. That's tough.
Look! Prior presidents have won states as a write-in candidate. Eisenhower, Nixon, Kennedy, and others. Senator Murkowski won her Senate race in Alaska
all those
as a write-in
guys
candidate.
were on the ballot in the Eisenhower and Kennedy example used in all 50 states.
No, I'm talking they won states where they were a write-in. Anyway, Neil, this is the point. We've got two major party candidates who are big government liberals. That's what we're left with. We've got to try to block them both. If the race is close, and it's getting closer now, given what we've learned from the FBI yesterday, if the race is close, we can block them both. If not, we need a new conservative movement in this country, and that's what we're building. What we have now does not work. It's going to lead our country towards fiscal disaster, towards a deprivation of liberty to our citizens. We need something new, and the time to start building that is now. And that's what Mindy Finn and I are building, a new conservative movement.
All right. We'll watch very closely. Evan McMullin, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.